indoor against the Duke Blue Devils. A year ago, they opened their campaign against Northwoods in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. First season playing D1 hoops. Why not do it against one of the best programs in the history of the game? Underway between Liberty and Bellarmine. Starting 5 for the Flames. Darius McGee, he's 5'8". He's got a 48-inch vertical and certainly going to be... Bradshaw leads the charge for the Bellarmine Knights, playing just their second game ever on national television. One of the feel-good stories in college hoops this season. Bradshaw goes to work and connects 3-2.
Bradshaw has such a versatile game. He affects the game in many ways, scoring, rebounding. He also has incredible passing vision. Keep an eye on 32.
Good lob inside, and Blake Preston gives Liberty a 3-point lead again. Now the Flames, Paul, have won 10 games in a row, make that 8 games in a row coming in. Bellarmine's won its last 10 after starting 0-2 in the A-Sun. Look inside, Nick Thielen first bucket, 5-4. Both teams perfect from the field to start.
Bellarmine loves to move the ball. They're going to snap it around the key, hard cuts. They're trying to move that weak side help at the pack line defense by Richie McKay.
Richie McKay, the former Virginia assistant, running the pack line. Quick trigger for McGee, swatted away by C.J. Fleming. Dylan Penn double team with the pack line. Bradshaw can't get the bounce. Missed the chippy. Flames control. Liberty won 30 games a year ago, Paul. They've won the A-Sun in each of their first 2 seasons in the conference.
And they clinched the regular season title both years on the road. It's a very focused, battle-tested group.
Preston triple teamed and was fouled. Richie McKay, 8th season, 2nd stint with the Flames in Lynchburg, Virginia. We had so many great quotes in our conversations with him this week.
When you look at the job that Richie McKay has done, the one stat that really jumps out, 78 wins last 3 years. Only one program with more wins, the Zags. It's pretty incredible.
Contact, no whistle. Kyle Rowe connects 7-4 Liberty. Richie McKay told us usually on the other side of hard is what you want. This season has been hard. Scott Davenport, head coach of the Knights, echoing those sentiments in many respects. Good look inside again. How about the precision passing? Second bucket for Nick Thielen.
When you throw it into the post against Liberty, you're going to get that double team, big on big. The Knights made a nice cut behind. Liberty didn't rotate. You got a layup.
Elijah Cuffey. Great start for the Flames offensively. 3 minutes in, they lead it by 3.
If you're a purist of the game, you have to love the passing and cutting between the Knights and the Flames right now.
I mean, watching Bellarmine, it's like watching the sequel to Hoosiers, the way that they move the basketball.
Yeah, the ball has energy right now for Bellarmine.
Deep 3 by Fleming, back iron. Road controls the rebound. I mean, can I sell you on that? There's a little element of Gene Hackman like directing traffic here.
You could sell me on anything right now. This game is so exciting. The city of Louisville, they love basketball. They are pumped for this game. They are
Loaded by Chris Parker. We're just excited that we're knocking on the front door of Champ Week. And this one's got an NCAA tournament feel to it. Dylan Penn inside, his first basket.
And Liberty's losing the cutters behind the action. Bellarmine does a great job of moving off ball. They don't have the ball, they don't stand. They're hard to guard.
Every starter for the Flames has already scored in this one. Chris Parker goes back to work. Another floater, this time off the mark. He'll get it back. Rode off the mark. Bradshaw the rebound. And a scrum as both teams hit the deck. Flames will get it.
Check out the offense by the Flames.
We get it back. 5 minutes in after the jump ball.
Coach Davenport had some great stories for us on the call yesterday, but how about the 12 straight NCAA tournaments? I don't care what level of basketball you coach. When you make 12 straight NCAA tournaments, that means you have great support from the top and the bottom of your program. And to make the adjustment and transition from Division II to Division I, and to be playing for a title this afternoon, it speaks volumes of the university's support for basketball.
Parker picked up his first personal. One more free throw coming for Ethan Clayco. Flames would get it back. Well, Bellarmine, one of 4 programs making the transition to D1 this season. Tarleton State, UC San Diego, and Dixie State, the other 3. In making that transition, the Knights are not eligible for the big dance itself. Three-pointer. Kyle Rode wide open, top of the key. And Paul, that's a bit unfortunate when you consider the season they've had. They were picked last in the ASUN preseason poll. Win today, you would clinch the #1 seed in the upcoming ASUN tournament in Jacksonville starting on Thursday. So obviously good enough to warrant consideration. Won't happen this season. Dylan Penn, it's all meant for the mid-range.
Penn is a big-time scoring guard for the Knights. Leads the team in assists with 65, but he's got a smooth pull-up game.
Cuffey gets the bounce. Elijah Cuffey, the senior from West Virginia. He's played in 130 career games. Nicely executed off the bounce.
I love the way Cuffey can score in the paint and behind the arc. Brings great versatility to Liberty. Tough matchup for opponents.
Sam DeVault, first touch, back iron. I mean, how tough would that be, Paul? You're a former coach. You understand the nature of coaching, playing Division I basketball. To go from D2 to D1 in the course of a year and have this level of success. Not easy to do, virtually impossible.
It's remarkable in many ways. Liberty, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. It's hard, Roy, when you go to different conferences within your level of play. So if you go from a low major to a mid-major, your recruiting changes, the budgets change, the expectations change. But Bellarmine went to a different level of play from Division II to I, and to be this successful this early, absolutely amazing.
Stick back, Alec Green, his first basket, the sophomore from Cincinnati.
Played his high school ball at Archbishop Moeller High School. Played for a great coach, Carl Kramer. Over 600 wins at Moeller.
Flames start today, 8 of 11, make it 9 of 12. Road from downtown again. Well, how much fun is this team to watch, especially offensively? So efficient, so precise, the Liberty Flames.
They work real hard to take good shots. They'll grind you now on the offensive end. Two teams that really have a similar style of basketball, but their schemes are different. The Knights want to play at a faster tempo. You see right now, Liberty wants to walk it up on offense. They want to keep you on defense. Wait for you to make a mistake, get their open look.
McGee left open. He'll dish it off. Keegan McDowell, the runner.
And that's when Liberty's at its best. When you start helping and rotating, they have you beat. They just want that first guy to help Roy. Then they're going to whip the ball around and find that open man and knock it down.
Nifty move by Dylan Penn. That'll trim the lead back down to 8. Fast start for Liberty. Flames won 30 games last year. 29 games in 2019, including an upset of Mississippi State in the Big Dance itself. First ever win in the tournament for Liberty. McGee, the step back from the wing. That's another triple. 5 of 6 from bonus land start the Flames today.
McGee's been on fire. Yeah, he's been on fire his last 3 games, though, Roy. 25 points per game for number 2 in the blue in the last 3.
Quick spin by Claycomb.
Gotta love the pace and the passing between these two clubs right now offensively. The defense is digging in, but the offense is one step ahead.
Hey, Flames are shooting 79%. You're going to win a lot of games with that kind of number.
They all got a shot fake game. Look at them.
Parker wide open. That's a shot from downtown. Now 5 of 6. The lead swells to 11.
Well, that's a clinic on shot fake and move it.
Heat check on for the Liberty Flames. How about these shots, Coach?
Liberty is on fire right now. They make the extra pass and then the one more. And it's really hard to catch up to the basketball once that starts happening.
Liberty could be one of those teams, you know, Selection Sunday 2 weeks out. They were to go on to win the A-Sun tournament. A-Sun's going to be a one-bid league. Here's a steal by C.J. Fleming. But Liberty's a team has a kind of firepower to win a game or two. 29-20 after the steal and the finish by Bellarmine.
We're looking at the top 2 offensive teams in the A-Sun. Both at 72 points per game. Liberty has that defensive mindset, that pack line that keeps them in games even when they're not making shots. Great defense right there by the Knights, forcing it to the baseline. McGee stepped out of bounds.
Alec Freen blocked him off from the path to the basket. Opportunity now for Bellarmine. National television debut at Freedom Hall. National television debut as a D1 program. Playing here at home. Great job refurbishing Freedom Hall. Remember the former home of Louisville. Bradshaw goes to work. Twisted up there for a moment. And a jump ball. This time Arrow favors the Flames. Paul, you coached in this arena back in the day, did you not?
0 for 2. Freedom Hall has such an intimidating atmosphere when it's sold out. And you can hear the acoustics just with the crowd that's there today. Louisville, the city of Louisville, is so passionate about their basketball. When I think of Freedom Hall, I think of St. John Arena, Ohio State's old facility, Assembly Hall, Indiana, Cameron Indoor, Fog Allen. One of the great venues for college basketball.
That miss, first one in 8 attempts for the Flames.
Roy, Bellarmine does a fabulous job with ball reversal. Count the passes around the key. They get 6 to 7 passes before they shoot it.
Nice Wheelan first bucket. Well, they gave us the numbers yesterday on that. With no ball reversals in an offensive possession, Bellarmine shoots about 39%. With 2 or more, that number goes up to 62%.
And they really emphasize ball reversal. And the pack line defense for Liberty, they allow you to reverse the ball. They just don't allow the ball inside the three-point line. That's Jackson the goal of the pack line.
How many pages of notes did Scott Davenport tell us he had talking with, or rather Richie McKay told us that he had talking with Tony Bennett, legendary Dick Bennett, Bo Ryan. I want to say 90-plus pages with notes on the pack line. 2 teams red hot from the floor, combined to shoot 67% timeout. Game before just about 21,000 fans. It's now been refurbished, repurposed, multi-purpose event venue. And now the home court for the Bellarmine Knights in their first season playing D1 hoops.
The court looks fabulous.
Those 3,000 fans in attendance today. sellout by COVID-19 standards. Off the turnover, here come the Flames, defending A-Sun champs. Drake Dobbs checks in for the first time for Liberty, numeral 0. Really threw it away.
The Knights, they get after it defensively. They love the hustle.
You ever take 92 pages of notes, Coach, on the
only when you're talking. Only when you're talking, Roy, do I take notes.
Fleming coast to coast. I know that's not true. I hope not.
When you think about the knowledge of Dick Bennett and Tony Bennett, 92 pages is not enough.
Yeah, Richie McKay said, if I don't know it by now, something's wrong. Over and back, they'll turn it over, preventing the breakaway for Betts. Bellarmine gets it back, and now the Knights on a bit of a run.
When you watch Liberty play, they're really a clone of UVA. UVA doesn't turn it over much. Neither does Liberty. They're a low turnover team. But the Knights are getting out, denying a little bit more right now. Trying to make the catch a little bit further away for Liberty. And if the defense is going to extend, then you have to back cut so they don't get steals. Watch the ball reversal. This is impressive.
Five to shoot. Claycomb, the step back. Silky smooth with a mid-range. One possession game. Eight 0 run for the Knights.
Claycomb had 15 against North Alabama on February 13th. He's efficient.
Approaching 6 to play in the first half. Good look inside. Shiloh Robinson.
Look how quickly Liberty gets back and how quickly Bellarmine pushes the ball up the floor. They want to score quick if they can. Best way to beat the pack, beat it down the floor.
It's almost like you're sending a note to the rest of the ACC, whoever may be watching today, working against Virginia State. Dylan Penn wanted 3 the hard way. Instead, will go to the line to shoot 2. A full day of college basketball across all of our networks, highlighted by these 2 matchups over on ESPN. 2 Eastern, number 5 Illinois, 23rd ranked Wisconsin from Madison. Into the ACC we go. 11th ranked Florida State leads the conference and takes on bubblicious UNC. That is at 4 Eastern. The Tar Heels 14-8. Joe Lunardi's got him on the right side of the bubble right now. Paul, you buying that?
Yes, no question about it. I see him as a 10 seed. I see them in the tournament. They would have to fall apart, North Carolina, to not make it. Their backcourt is getting better. They have a huge challenge against Florida State. What a battle between the front courts in that game.
And McGee traveled. Knights would get it back. What about Duke? Blue Devils right now also back on the bubble.
Great help position by the Knights. Watch his teammates. They race over. That's a team that's connected. They care about each other. And that's coaching. Sometimes the guys on the floor, you look at them, you walk the other way, you're thinking about yourself. Both of these teams are just so connected to each other on an emotional level.
Penn was tapped on the arm. He'll shoot 2 more. I noticed you looked at me when you said you were thinking about yourself. I hope you weren't sitting a shot right there.
I'm hoping you'll pick me up when I'm down, Roy.
Of course, that's what I'm here to do.
That was the message.
68% shooter for Dylan Penn this season. He's 1 of 3 at the line to start. Winner of this game will clinch the #1 seed in the upcoming A-Sun tournament. Liberty's trying to do that the 3rd straight time. Elijah Cuffey just picked up his 2nd personal, 14 foul. Penn's missed a couple of free throws here. Otherwise, a different feel to it early on. Approaching 5 to go in our first half. Bellarmine saves it. Here's Fleming with a quick trigger.
Boy, they convert quickly, the Knights. As soon as they go from defense to offense, it's quick. They don't look back. They don't pull it out. They don't reset. They play off of each other so well.
McGee was fouled and a chance for 4. How about that shot from the corner? C.J. Fleming hammered him on the release. And Darius McGee's going to have a chance for a game changer.
Number 2 in the blue, one of the most exciting players in the A-Sun. He owns in the gym range. That is deep right corner. And he has been on fire. Last 3 games, over 50% behind the arc.
9 points in our first half for Darius McGee. He averages 15 per game. Richard McKay told us this week, everybody loves him. He'll have a 20-minute conversation with the custodian, with the star of the team. With Mike Krzyzewski, doesn't matter. Inside, there's a good look for Alec Green. 35-29, but Darius McGee, one of the feel-good stories out of the A-Sun this year. Small in stature, big in heart, and in production, Coach.
Certainly is. He can score with the ball in his hands. He's very elusive, creative. Liberty does a nice job finding him when he's open.
Chris Parker, also productive from downtown. Flames come out of the gate on fire today, making 15 of their first 20 shots. Well, mathematician, that's about 75%, Coach.
Oh, great hustle. Great hustle.
Timeout on the floor.
Time to reach. Incredible vertical. When he drives down
on the
lane,
rim right there.
Yeah, when he drives down the lane with that type of vertical, he can get called for 3 seconds. He's in the air so long.
Flames on fire from downtown. Not that time. Lead is 9. First place. The number 1 seed in the A-Sun tournament on the line this afternoon. Bradshaw was fouled. And the Knights back to distract Darius McGee. Kind of an old soul. He loves old cars. Always smiling, always in a great mood, and he's attempted nearly 200 shots from bonus land this season, Paul. That's a volume shooter, but productive.
Yeah, he's an old soul with a new school game. We saw the 48-inch running vertical. He's got a 38-inch standing vertical. Knockdown three-point shooter. He's got a great hesitation game. Step back threes. He knows how to create space at 5'9". to get a shot off. And that's what makes him special.
I mean, the 5'9" may be a little generous too, but
just reading the notes. And he's not a selfish star. He's really an unselfish star. That's what makes him an old soul.
He scored 3,000 points in high school. Can fill it up when called upon. So can this guy, Chris Parker.
Parker's got shake to his game.
He's got 10 first half points after that last basket. Coach, it's not like Bellarmine's not playing well, but Liberty's been playing a little bit better, especially with their shots from three-point range.
Liberty is top 30 in the country in three-point field goal percentage, almost 38%. They average 10 threes per game. That's top 20 in the country. Right now they have 7. And the weakness of Bellarmine is the three-point field goal percentage defense, Roy. They're 307 guarding the three-point shot.
You know what a Saturday of college basketball we have headed your way over on ESPN, also on the app. Speaking of Louisville, Cards on the road tonight at Cameron Indoor, and that's at 6 o'clock Eastern over on ESPN. Then it's off to the Big 12, number 2 Baylor, 17th ranked KU. Live from Allen Fieldhouse, 8 Eastern. ESPN also on the ESPN app. I brought up Duke just for a moment earlier. And I didn't get a response from Paul Biancardi, but wrong side of the bubble now. You buying Duke as a tourney team, perhaps with a late run?
Not yet. It has to be a strong late run. Duke is still far behind in terms of NCAA at-large berth. But playing in the ACC, you have that opportunity to make up ground quickly. That's the difference between the high major, Power Fives, and the rest. For conferences like the A-Sun, you're going to get one bid.
Devils are the first 4 teams out, according to ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi. Every time I turn on my television, I see Joe Lunardi. I see a book. I see the bobblehead. I see Joe. I'm on Twitter. I see him. Flames are going to force another turnover here.
I spoke to Joe Lunardi the other day. He said between now and Selection Sunday, it's hard to breathe. He doesn't get time to breathe. But he told me as well, Duke's chances, they have to put on a run to get in. It's not an automatic. But they are playing exceptionally well right now. They're playing together, and they really are. You hear a young team, but without the preseason and all the early season practices.
A chance for 4 again for Darius McGee. How about that?
This guy leads the A-Sun in threes made. You can see why. In the gym range. He steps in the gym, he's in range. And that was contested. He's got great elevation, too, on that jumper.
Oh, he does. It's beautiful. Flames have 45 first-half points. And just 2 of those coming from the stripe, both courtesy of Darius McGee.
An exceptional shooter, 40% on the season from 3, 85 from the line. You know he's going to jack it. You just can't catch him.
13 first-half points for Darius McGee. Lead at 14. Flames will get it back. Under 2 to play in our first half. He's been one of these stories. With the #1 seed on the line for the upcoming A-Sun tournament. Parker, right side of the paint. Banks it in.
Yeah, no resistance by Bellarmine. That time, 2 dribbles, nobody touched him. Major breakdown.
Bradshaw the response on the other end. That's a big bucket. Lead back to 13. And a timeout going to be called by Scott Davenport. Timeout on the floor. We're back.
Gave up the ball, got it right back. That's the boomerang effect. Then he takes the big off a live dribble. It's a concept against teams that love to switch.
I'm not sure what boomerang effect is, but it feels like we're getting closer to Champ Week in the dance whenever you start putting that out there.
Knights are not tight on their defensive switches, coverages right now.
Another turnover, a traveling violation. Alec Freem gives it up. 15-point lead, 45 seconds remaining in our first half. And Scott Davenport always so positive. His team not playing poorly. And Liberty has just been on fire from the floor. It's the 4th time this season they've gone for 50 or more and a half.
The Knights play good defense. They force turnovers, not by pressing, but by being aggressive on the ball, denying passing lanes. They play a little pack line defense sometimes as well.
Tapped out, tracked down by McDowell. 6-second differential between the clocks. And a timeout called by Richie McKay. 8 seconds to shoot. Liberty 20 minutes away perhaps from Darius McGee. Yeah, on the bench. Robinson bottled up, baseline, throws one up there. He'll track it down. 3 seconds remaining. Robinson, a wide open path and a flush. A microcosm of a first half dominated by Liberty. The Flames shooting 72% overall.
Looked for each other. They have the green light to put it up. And they are on fire in the first half.
Bellarmine trailed against Stetson by 20 just a few weeks ago. Came back for the win. And there's a good start in our second half. The 3 for Clayco.
Bellarmine offensively has what it takes to get back into the game. They're 4th in the country right now in field goal percentage at 51%. It's their defense. Their 3-point field goal percentage defense, last in the A-Sun. Liberty, 1st in the A-Sun in 3-point field goal percentage. So the analytics are holding true.
Cuffey off the mark, and on the offensive rebound, Kyle Rode was fouled. As Thielen picks up the personal. I mean, this is what basketball is all about. This is why we love the sport, to see this kind of scoring and this kind of efficiency. No offense to all the defensive and rebounding lovers out there. This is fun hoops to watch when you look at Liberty's numbers so far.
It's good defense by Liberty. At times, the Knights play pretty good defense. They've had some breakdowns, but the offense has really been beautiful by each team.
Dylan Penn, the runner, off glass, and just like that, the lead trimmed to 12.
It's all about stops for the Knights. The ability to get out on the 3-point shot, yet don't give up the drive.
Darius McGee had 2 4-point plays in the first half and a 3 to open up the second.
A scouting report defense on Darius McGee. When you think you're close enough, get closer. Because you're not that close.
Well, I mean, you saw the 48-inch vertical. We had film of that in the first half. Richie McKay told us he's got range back to about 48 feet at times. And that's been on display this afternoon. Bradshaw's been held in check. Mid-range is there. 45-42.
I really like the way Pedro Bradshaw plays. He affects the game in different ways. Versatility, scoring, rebounding. He's a terrific passer as well. He started at Belmont, went to Eastern Kentucky, then ended up playing for Scott Davenport. I mean, he couldn't see the court at Eastern Kentucky.
Off the skip pass, Parker, wide open, and it's all net. And go ahead and mark it down now. Liberty were to win the A-Sun tournament. They're a team that has done some bracket busting in the past, including that win against Mississippi State 2 years ago. Perhaps could have done it last year as A-Sun champions. We'll never know. Of course, the tournament was canceled. The way they shoot, the way they defend with a pack line. Awfully impressive.
And they haven't skipped a beat, Liberty. And they lost the A-Sun Player of the Year last year in Caleb Holmesley.
Beautiful dish inside to Blake Preston. And Richie McKay lost 70% of his production from last year's team. He thought it would be a rebuilding year. He called it a bridge year to us. That's not been that. Bradshaw wide open with a pass. Perfect start for Bellarmine. 5 for 5 to begin our second half. Trailed by 17 at the break. It's now at 14.
You're going to have to beat Liberty because they don't beat themselves. Very disciplined team on the defensive end and offensively.
The field goal percentage right now is almost laughable. 73% for Liberty. Bellarmine shooting 67%, trailing by 14. That's outrageous. Tapped out. Parker lost it. It'll stay on this end. Just 3 to shoot.
3 seconds to go. You want to look at a catch and shoot behind the arc. Tough spot to put it in bounds on the side. You're not going to get a lob at the rim, but you can get a quick catch and shoot.
Get in off the carom. 2 on the shot clock.
He tried to throw it off the defender's back. Now there's 2 seconds. Now you can throw a lob because you got a better angle.
Cal Road will trigger.
Throw it up to Preston.
Lynchburg, Virginia. Open look, wide open for Cuffey. Why not? 11th three-pointer of the game for the Flames. They're 11 of 16 from downtown.
Cuffey got open on the curl action. Somebody forgot to go with him. He just popped out, wide open.
4 players for the Flames now in double figures. C.J. Fleming, elbow J. It rattles in and out.
That's what Liberty wants. They want you to take that contested 2-point shot. They're not going to let you get into the paint because as soon as you put the ball on the deck, there's bodies, there's hips, there's thighs, there's feet to help that drive.
Here's Parker probing. A little up and under. Can't get the bounce. The rebound to Thielen. It was awkward when you see a missed shot in this game. Bradshaw agrees. Chance for 3. % from the floor. Leading Bellarmine. 63-48. Bradshaw 3 the hard way. Paul Biancardi, Roy Philpott, winner of this game, clinches the #1 seed in the upcoming ASUN tournament. Liberty's won it in the last 2 years, trying to make it 3 in a row. Bellarmine playing its first season of D1 basketball, not eligible for the big dance this year, but will participate in Jacksonville later this week. The ASUN tournament. All right, Paul, so Liberty, the big story, their shooting percentage. You mentioned during the break, they're not even playing that great defensively, just shooting lights out.
When you look at the numbers, Bellarmine shooting over 60% from the field, and they're shooting 50% from 3. And they only have 5 turnovers. So it's not their offense, it's their lack of defense behind the arc.
Penn comes up short, rebound grabbed by Cuffey. It's almost our favorite time of year, Champ Week. It's almost arrived on the ESPN networks. 2 weeks out from Selection Sunday. So much to be decided in such a strange year of college hoops. Near miss from behind the arc. That was Kyle Rowe.
Bellarmine switching a lot of those small, big screens. Liberty likes to run that boomerang action back and forth, try to get a quick drive and a basket.
I forgot if it was the boomerang or the blitz. Bradshaw couldn't get the bounce. Cuffey grabs another strong board.
The blitz is on defense. Just think football blitz.
Okay.
The boomerang is on offense. We'll get you there.
Appreciate that. It's the former Horizon League Coach of the Year. My favorite former Horizon League Coach of the Year, for those wondering, Paul Biancardi. McGee wide open. How does that happen? He's going to make you pay. Darius McGee getting it done.
Just a gorgeous possession by Liberty. The ball started on the left side. Dribble handoff action. Extra pass.
McGee with 19 points, including 2 4-point plays. Go back to the basket. Big man move for Justin Betts. The rebound pops out the road.
The way Liberty is playing offensively, it puts pressure on your defense to make stops, but it also puts more pressure, I believe, on your offense, because you have to try to keep pace with a team that is shooting lights out. And if you're not getting stops, sometimes that can affect your offense.
And nobody's getting stops in this one. Jump ball. Arrow favors the Flames.
This is a clinic in ball movement for Liberty. Dribble handoff. Penetration and kick. One more. Wide open. The idea of bringing it to the left, bringing it back to the right with different offensive concepts breaks down the defense.
Robinson's got to hurry. Nearly lost it. Comes up short. Claycomb tapped that one straight out of bounds. Liberty gets a break.
Claycomb did a nice job with his body But then he's got to secure that with two hands. You got to catch the ball with your eyes. You got to squeeze it with your hands. They should be going in offensive transition instead of playing defense right now. There's a switch.
Parker against Fleming. And a turnover off the pass. Bradshaw comes away with it. Eight minutes into our second half, Flames in control. Fleming tried to will that one in, couldn't get the roll. Bradshaw claims a rebound, up and in. Pedro Bradshaw started his career at EKU. Paul told you the story. Leading scorer, and he's got to have more of that. Now with 17 points, coach.
Elijah Cuffey. Different guys making threes at different times. The Knights, Scott Davenport, they don't have an answer defensively to guard the three. When they get too close, Liberty beats them off the bounce. When they don't get close enough, the three-point shot goes in the basket for Liberty. They're a hard team to play against because the spacing is so good. They have great shooters.
Aspen Howland, NCAA tournament 2 years ago. Wow. McGee doing what McGee does. Give him 22. He's missed one shot in this game so far. On fire.
He's got the ultimate green light. You can see why.
Dylan Penn, productive outing as well.
When you play against Liberty in the three-point line, you have to be urgent with your closeouts. That means you have to get there before the ball arrives. You've got to take away their airspace.
McGee hears you loud and clear and takes advantage again. This guy was built for March. Darius McGee with 25.
McGee loves to create that space. The step-back three is his signature move.
Bradshaw on the other end can't respond. McGee the rebound. He's skied for that one.
And now Liberty will play with their slow tempo. Look to score, but if it's not there, not rush, not panic. Unless you feel it. Little heat check right there. But why not?
Parker's been feeling it. Fourth straight game. Darius McGee has gone over 20 points. Claycomb on the spin. Short, late whistle. Darius McGee. One miss all day, coach.
He catches it with his feet set, his eyes. Hands are ready. Boy, he has deep range and a quick trigger. This time, behind the back, the step back. Defense wants to crowd him. Offensively, he wants that space. Space and time are a shooter's best friend. Darius McGee knows how to create both.
Yes, he does. But the reaction of the bench there with that last three, it's like, are you kidding me right now? He couldn't be in a bigger zone at a more important time. And Rich McKay told us yesterday, you know, he's kind of an old soul. He loves old cars. He'd rather have a 69 Thunderbird than his current 2002 Mustang, whatever it was. And so we asked Liberty, hey, can you send us maybe a couple of pictures? And Gary's like, nah, he's a low-key guy. Low maintenance. Heat check again, this time a rare miss from him.
I wonder if he wears old school sneakers. I don't see Converse on him.
And foul as Penn was penetrating on McDowell. Let's take a look at the shoes. There's some nice Nikes there, right?
Yeah, the classic. Classic Nikes. The fat stripe.
Dylan Penn, 13 points, nearly lost it. Give him 15. He's been a smooth operator in that high rent district downstairs.
He gets good position. And now Bellarmine putting the pressure on a little bit more, picking up in the backcourt. Important. That eats into the shot clock. And now they have to stay disciplined and engaged defensively.
Penn will try to do that against McGee. Does not matter.
He just floats into the lane. He's got speed, but he's got a great change of speed.
Back to Liberty off the turnover.
He gets you off balance. Watch the hesitation. Stop and go. Gets it high off the glass. And that's against 6'7", 6'8".
You watch him in that video earlier, the 48-inch vertical. Yeah, that's right. I said 48 inches. It's like somebody dropped him out of the rafters. He just took off there on the left side of the paint. And it's at his discretion when he wants to come down.
It's the vertical and the body control. Nice pass.
Robinson, another bucket down low. Largest lead for Liberty now at 20. Freem on the other end.
Scott Davenport telling his guys to attack the rim off the bounce. They've been scoring more paint points in the second half.
That's a turnover. Kyle Rowe bounced it straight out of bounds right behind him.
And that turnover came because the Knights extended their defense. That may be a thought moving forward here with 8 minutes to go. On makes.
Liberty Flames have won their last 8 games. Bellarmine's won 10 in a row after an 0-2 start in the A-Sun. First year in the conference, first year in D1. Fleming inside. And a strong finish. And a little extracurricular activity that time from Chris Parker. And that may warrant another look. So Bellarmine has also been assessed infraction here. Chris Parker also called for the additional infraction. Apologies for the delay in the ruling here. We're waiting to get that official word just as the scorer's table received it. Coach, I'm assuming one of these was for the and one chance.
And he's shooting the technical.
Yep. Yeah. So Parker and Fleming were both teed up. That was the ruling.
Fleming's 87% for the season. That's why Scott Davenport left him at the line. He makes 2 out of 3.
So Parker's going to have a seat on the bench. Parker and Fleming picking up technical fouls in that sequence. Now Bellarmine's going to maintain possession, so a chance after the bucket. 2 free throws. Dylan Penn rejected by Robinson. And he finds the basketball. Liberty takes over.
And that's a big-time play for Liberty. You could feel the momentum shifting a little bit towards the Knights. Big-time stop.
7.5 minutes remaining. McGee continues the hot shooting. Darius McGee has been on fire since the opening tip. He's now knocking on the door of 30 points. There he is, the big 3-0, 8 of 10 from downtown. That's a new career high.
He just breaks your back every time he puts the ball in the basket. He makes deep shots, he makes timely shots, he makes clutch shots.
Fleming on the other end, chance for 3 more. So C.J. Fleming doing his best to try to keep Bellarmine as a hang-around team.
In the second half, the Knights have attacked the basket much more. Off the dribble, trying to get N1s like they are right now. Trying to get some post-ups, some hard and heavy drives. Their three-point shot is going in, but they want to stop the game, get to the line, set up some pressure. They have to change the tempo of this game.
Fleming with 9. Coach, they haven't done it so far. Liberty just keeps knocking down shot after shot, particularly from long range. Flames with 15 threes in this one, and just 22 attempts.
Liberty did a nice job of just breaking pressure.
And an offensive foul on Elijah Cuppy. That's going to be his 3rd.
Betts stepped right in.
Oh, they called it on Betts. You're right.
Got to take advantage now. Keep attacking the rim.
And it doesn't happen here. The offensive foul.
Well, first, Justin Betts. He takes the charge. Now it's Dobbs standing in the line of Claycomb. You can take a charge. I can take a charge.
Dylan Penn called for another quick foul. Bellarmine already in the bonus. Liberty 2 fouls away.
You're down 16. You've got to apply pressure on Liberty. Maybe they turn it over. Maybe you get a steal. Maybe they shoot quick. But if not, if you don't force them to do things, they're going to hold the basketball on you.
Pressure on McGee. Tried the no-look baseball pass. It was picked off. Quickly ahead to C.J. Fleming. Knights have to hurry. Fleming launching. And the rebound by Robinson for Liberty. He's quickly double-teamed. Hit the deck. And a couple of calls for timeouts. Let's see. I believe the foul against Liberty here, Coach.
And the Knights are playing with some serious urgency right now. They missed a 3, attacked the glass. That's almost a triple team. Look at 3 guys trying to take the ball out of his hands. Loose ball. Pin right there to take a broken play and get to the line.
Penn just 1 of 4 at the stripe. He does have 15 points. Big one there. We remind you, more basketball headed your way over on ESPN later this afternoon. In fact, just about 30 minutes, Illinois and Wisconsin in a top 25 showdown to the Big Ten. Later tonight, North Carolina on the bubble, currently a 10 seed, facing ACC leading Florida State. Noles are ranked 11th. That's coming up at 4 Eastern on ESPN, also on the ESPN app.
Scott Davenport getting much more aggressive defensively, and it's starting to pay off. They're trying to speed up Liberty. They got a turnover last possession.
Thought they had another one there. Instead, the foul. Claycomb.
And Richie McKay expects this pressure being up big late in the game. You notice Liberty taking less dribbles, more passes, and those passes are really short. And that looked clean.
I thought so as well.
Maybe you see a trap off a ball screen. You want to change the rhythm of Liberty right now.
Foul called against Bellarmine. Kyle Rowe tried to claim that offensive rebound, and he was shoved in the process. Jello Robinson downstairs as well. Well, these two programs at the very top of the ASUN standings, both with a 10-2 mark in league. Winner of this one clinches the #1 seed for the upcoming ASUN tournament in Jacksonville. Bellarmine playing his first year of Division I college basketball this season, not eligible for the big dance. McGee tosses up an air ball. Liberty's trying to win the conference the 3rd straight year.
Remember, Liberty was Division II at one time. And in the early 90s, they went Division I, went to the Big South, and transitioned to the A-Sun.
Fleming had that one rattle out.
Yeah, Richie McKay understands being a Division II team is only a name.
And we talked with him extensively this week, too, about Selection Sunday and how the committee, whole system, it feels like a lot of times, is set up for the brand conferences, Power 5 or 6, if you will. The little guys sometimes don't get recognized unless they run the table in those one-bid leagues. I think Liberty's starting to garner recognition. You think back to their football program, their win against Coastal Carolina in the Cure Bowl. Hugh Freeze put that football program on the map this past year. Look at the dish inside. Shiloh Robinson wide open.
Shot fake, set up the drive, and it made the layup.
I hear the smile in your voice as a former coach with that kind of sequence. It was a thing of beauty.
They don't panic. They don't let the defensive pressure change their approach. They attack the pressure with shot fakes.
Fleming, nifty move inside.
Yeah, Fleming's been really strong in the second half. Look at that. He's giving the ball to the official, saying, let's go. Let's put this in bounds.
Champ Week's almost here. Selection Sunday getting closer. Just 2 weeks out. Under 4 to play. All these conference tournaments getting set to be tipped off after everything was shut down a year ago. Contact. No whistle. Shot clock at 5 for Darius McGee.
Tough one. Chance to capitalize.
Fleming, deep triple. Count it! 83-72. Still time for Bellarmine playing at home.
The way they score the ball, there's plenty of time. You see the way they're trying to speed up Liberty. Just to play a little faster, shoot a little quicker. Richie McKay wants a timeout.
Yeah, he's seen enough. Timeout on the floor. It's Wild, red hot from three-point range. Career high 30 points.
His efficiency is what's so impressive. You know he's going to shoot it. You know he's going to drive it. The ability to score the ball with productive numbers. The 5'9", a generous 5'9". So impressive.
Bellarmine, coach, in the midst of a 10-2 run. Trying to cut it to single digits here. C.J. Fleming, the runner, and a chance for 3. No, they're going to call an offensive foul. No buckets. How big of a call was that?
That's huge.
You know, as Bellarmine tries to come back here.
C.J. Fleming has to know better than to say something to an official or to an opposing player. Second thing is, assistant coaches have to grab the players so they don't walk towards people and get that type of call. As an assistant coach, you're responsible for the players. You're not there to take care of anything else. When things break out, get the players off the court, get them away from the officials.
Potential 5-point swing in those two sequences. One situation, Fleming's just trying to make a play, and I think Bradshaw stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, his right foot stepped on the baseline, or it's a foul.
Cuffey's going to be whistled for the foul here. He was close to the inline.
Bradshaw is the team leader in so many categories, Roy. Just makes his presence felt.
Coming up later tonight, to the association we go. Hottest team in the league. Brooklyn Nets, James Harden so efficient since the trade. Luka Doncic in town, 8:30 tip. It's Eastern time over on ABC. Saturday primetime matchup presented by AT&T 5G. Don't look now, but Bellarmine. Pedro Bradshaw with 20 points now. Cut the lead, single digits for the first time since it was 40-31, and there's a turnover. Knights are going to get it right back.
If you're Liberty, you know you're going to feel pressure. You know you're going to get denied the basketball. You may get bumped a little bit. You've got to play through it. Not in a physical way, but in a mental way, where you embrace it and then respond to it. You may have to cut a little bit harder. You may have to cut multiple times to get open.
First meeting between these two programs. It could be the first of two with the A-Sun tournament coming up. And McGee going to be called for the foul as Fleming hit the deck. And free throws coming for C.J. Fleming, the senior from Cincinnati. Paul, you mentioned it earlier, 87% at the line this season.
Yeah, I thought that was a light tap on McGee with the body. I think Fleming creates a lot of contact, and he puts the official in a position where they have to make a call. It's got an unusual routine at the foul line. He brings that ball way down low to get it up high.
Knights have won their last 10 A-Sun games. Bellarmine Knights. Liberty's won their last 8, both at 10-2. Winner this one clinches the #1 seed in the A-Sun tournament. Fleming with 16, and the lead dwindles to 7. It was 20 just 7 minutes ago.
If you're Liberty, you want to make short passes. Be prepared for double teams. Use your timeouts. You have 2 left.
Parker, the runner, clutch.
You want to know why I get excited about a shot fake, Roy? That created the basket.
Tough shot by Fleming, tapped out by Penn, and a fresh 20. Knights have to hurry. That's the spin-off glass. Back to a 7-point game, $1:28 remaining, and a timeout will be called by the Knights.
If you're Scott Davenport, you're trying to full court press. They don't trap a lot. It's mostly the half-court defense they get.
McGee. And a chance for 3. What a big bucket for Mr. Clutch himself, Darius McGee. 32 points today, a new career high. And the most by a Liberty player in the last 11 seasons.
Well, the Knights did almost everything right. Liberty got to throw out, and when they did, they had a 2-on-1. Take a look at the favorite for the player of the year in the Atlantic Sun, Darius McGee.
You have to wonder if today just really clinched it for him. Bradshaw deep triple. Cuffey controls the rebound, and he's quickly fouled, and the Flames are in position now. Well, Elijah Cuffey goes to the stripe. He's had a productive day this afternoon. The senior out of West Virginia. He's had an emotional last 10 months. Lost his brother Jason, a firefighter in the Charleston, West Virginia area while he was on duty. Died at the age of 27. Had his brother's number 10. It's also worn by his sister Myra, who has a scholarship offer to Marshall. Thinks about him every time he plays.
He has a tattoo on his right leg of 10, 10, and 10. Played a terrific game. He'll learn from it.
16 points today for C.J. Fleming. We've been told he'll be back next year as well, despite the fact it's his senior season. Of course, foul called. And you mentioned Shiloh Robinson. He grabbed another rebound. That's his 7th in double figures as well. He's been pretty significant force today for Liberty in this one, Coach.
Liberty's had 5 guys in double figures. Robinson came off the bench in this game. 10 points. Chance for 2 more. 7 boards, 2 blocks. 6'7" sophomore.
Now coming up, Duke and Louisville. Blue Devils have won 4 in a row, 12-5 cards. Travel to Cameron Indoor, that's at 6. Then off to the Big 12 later tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. Number 2 Baylor, 17th ranked Kansas, 8 Eastern. on ESPN, also on the ESPN app. McGee, the run out. Yes, sir! The 48-inch vertical on display. Darius McGee, a game for the ages.
McGee has been fantastic. His outside shooting. He was on a different planet this afternoon. He's finishing this off. He wants to put a ring on it.
34 points on only 18 shots. The difference maker for the Flames, who are flexing in Louisville.
3 years in a row, Roy. Liberty has won the A-Sun, and they've won it on the road. Mental toughness, togetherness. And Richie McKay was just bragging about his guys as people. How much they've sacrificed this year, like all college players have, but how much they've stayed together and how much they've worked together.
The rebound for Robinson. That's going to just about do it. Shot clock is off. And the celebration beginning in Lynchburg, Virginia. Yet again, the A-Sun regular season champions, the Liberty Flames. They will be the 1 seed. Tournament starting on Thursday. And the 20th win of the season. A wire-to-wire finish for the Liberty Flames. 94-78, the final score. Darius McGee, a career-high 34 points. And he is all smiles on the